Good morning to all. I am Subbarani from Immanuel Arasar College of Education, Nattalam, Kanyakumari district. Today, we are going to learn about the topic violence and safety of girls and women. Women constitute about 50% in world's population. For them, rights for education, employment opportunities and selecting the life partner and right to vote in elections to enjoy economic independence and social status etc. are given very little in some countries, to some extent in several countries, and more or less equal to men in few countries. Okay, then above the opportunities are given very little in some countries, to some extent in several countries, and more or less equal to men in few countries. Then violence on women may take place in different forms. They are compelling them to undergo surgery for family planning, taking obscene photo shots for them, inappropriate touching of woman's body, physical beating, molesting, raping, etc. So, students, violence on women may take different forms. What are they? They are compelling them to undergo surgery for family planning, taking obscene photo shots, inappropriate touching of women, physical beating, molesting, raping, etc. Then the definition of violence against women. Violence against women is used to denote all acts which injure women physically or psychologically. Okay. The definition of violence and against women is denote all acts which injure women physically or psychologically. Violence committed in India against girls and women. The police records in India show that crimes against women have more than doubled in the past 10 years. The 2.24 million of crimes against women reported over the past decade. The 26 crimes against women reported for every hour, or one complaint every 2 minutes. The National Crime Report Bureau reported in 1998 that by 2010, the rate of growth of crimes against women in India will exceed the rate of population growth. So, police record in India show that crimes against women have more than doubled in past 10 years. 2.24 millions of crime against women reported over the past decade. The 26 crimes against women reported every hour and one complaint in every 2 minutes. The National Crime Record Bureau reported that the growth of crimes, the rate of growth of crimes against women in India will exceed the rate of population growth. Then the crimes against women are the following terms. They are, first one is acid throwing, second child marriage, third domestic violence, fourth dowry menace, fifth female infanticide and sex selective abortion, then sixth eve teasing, seventh family planning. First, I will explain the acid throwing. The survey of Thomas Reuters Foundation reported that among the most dangerous place in the world for women to live in India occupies the fourth position. Then women belonging to any religion, caste, creed can become victims with cruel form of violence. And the acid is cheap and easily available everywhere that can quickly destroy a girl's life. So, a survey of Thomas Reuters Foundation report that the most dangerous places in the world for women to live in, India occupies the fourth position. Then women belonging to any caste, religion, creed can become victims with cruel form of violence. As it is cheap and easily available everywhere, that can quickly destroy the girl's life. Okay, students? Then second one is child marriage. The child marriage is an evil practice in India from the ancient times. Even though child marriage was declared illegal since 1860, it still persists in states like Rajasthan. UNICEF has published a report titled States of World's Children 2009 covered women from age 20 to 24. Then which states that an average 47% of Indian women get married before the age of 18, and it is as high as 56% in rural areas. The report further said that 40% of total child marriage in the whole world take place in India. So, child marriage is an evil practice in India from the ancient time, even though it is declared illegal since 1860. UNICEF has published a report titled States of World's Children 2009, covered women the age from the age 20 to 24. In some states, that an average 47% of Indian women get married before the age of 18, and it is high in rural areas. The percentage is 56. The UNICEF is further reported the 40% of total child marriages in the whole world take place in India. Okay, student. Then third point is domestic violence. This violence is committed in home. It becomes domestic violence, and it involves family members such as spouse, parents, brothers and sisters or in-laws. The domestic violence may be in different forms, such as beating of girl or woman severe during domestic quarrels, locking her up in a separate room, denying food and water, abusing her with filthy words. So the domestic violence is committed at only home. It becomes involves in the family members such as parents, spouse, brothers, sisters, etc. The domestic violence in different forms. First one is beating of girl or woman severe during the domestic quarrels. Then second one is locking her up in a separate room, denying food and water. Third one is abusing her with filthy words. Then fourth is dowry menace. In Indian Parliament has passed the Anti-Dowry Act in 1961. Till date, dowry-related violence and suicide are taking place in all over the country. In which year the Anti-Dowry Act is started? In which year the Anti-Dowry Act is started? In Indian Parliament has passed the Anti-Dowry Act in 1961. Till dowry-related violence and suicides are taking place in all over the country. Then fifth one is female infanticide and sex-selective abortion. The male-female sex ratio has undergone a dramatic change, skewed with more number of males than female. The main reason for this are foeticide and infanticide. Foeticide and infanticide. The male-female sex ratio has a dramatic change. What is the reason? The main reason is foeticide and infanticide. Okay, students. Then, in India, according to the census of 2011, for every 1,000 males, there are only 952 females. In India, according the census of 2011, for every 1,000 males, there are only 952 females. The main reason is selective abortion of female foetus and female infanticide. The main reason is reason for the 1,000 males and only 952 female for the selective abortion of female foetus and female infanticide. Now, test of sex identification of the foetus during pregnancy is legally banned. Besides declaring abortion of 20 weeks old foetus a punishable crime. It is a punishable crime. Hospitals and doctors are warned not to undertake any sex test and perform illegal abortions. So, the doctors and hospitals are warned not to undertake any sex test. It not given any sex test and perform illegal abortion. So, male-female sex ratio is a dramatic change, but the main reason is foeticide and infanticide. In the 2011 census, for every 1,000 males, then only 952 females. The main reason is selective abortion of female foetus and female infanticide. Then sixth one is eve teasing. Stalking women and lewd remarks about them are now widely prevalent in educational institutions and workplaces in India. Some girls who could not bear such insults and sexual harassment, even suicide. The eve teasing is mainly affected in educational institutions and working places in India for women. Some girls who cannot bear such insults and sexual harassment, then he affected in suicide. Then seventh one is family planning. An average Indian woman living in rural area has no control over becoming pregnant and begetting a child. Most of the rural women in India do not about safe methods to avoid pregnancy and unaware of family planning methods. The public health system embassies methods like sterilization or long-term IVDs that do not need follow-up. So, average Indian woman living in the rural area has no control over becoming pregnant and begetting a child. The rural women of India do not about the safe methods to avoid pregnancy and unaware of the family planning methods. Then safety of girls and women. For the past few years, more number of crimes against women were reported in India's capital, New Delhi itself. Some safety and self-defense measures and suggested for women. They are: each and every woman should have the awareness about self-defense techniques and get trained in some of them. Some important self-defense techniques are: giving a severe blow on jaw of the enemy, blocking the punches of the enemy, making him to lose his nerves, shouting at the height of her voice. So, students, what are the self-defense techniques? The self-defense techniques are giving a severe blow on jaw of the enemy, blocking the punches of the enemy, making him to lose his nerves, shouting at the height of her voice. Okay. Then second point, if women sense a situation is bad for them or land them in trouble, then it is always better to escape and run away from that. Generally, women and girls in particular should never go alone to places unfamiliar them and then with any unknown person. Women should understand their physical strength and use it cleverly. They should develop their physical power in suitable ways like exercise and sports. Okay, then women should understand their physical strength and use it cleverly. They should develop their physical strength for different ways like exercise and sports. Then women should be careful when they communicate or develop friendship with others through phone, letters, SMS, Facebook, email and internet. Then women keeping with them packet of chili powder or pepper spray proved to be used as a tool for self-defense. It is an important one. Women should know the emergency phone numbers of their parents and siblings as well as that of police, so that when in danger they can alert them immediately and seek help. Okay, then women should be careful, communicate and develop the friendship, phone, letters, SMS, Facebook. Then women keeping them with a packet of chili powder or pepper spray, etc. Women should know the emergency phone numbers of their parents, sibling as well as that of the police, so that when in danger they can alert them and immediately and seek help. When women are self-driving their car, they should lock the doors tightly. Girls should avoid moving closely with boy friends, and also it is not advisable to touch the opposite sex while taking. Okay students, today we are studied definition of violence against women, violence committed in India against girls and women, some crimes as throwing, child marriage, domestic violence, dowry menace, female infanticide and sex selective abortion, eve teasing, family planning, then safety and self-defense methods. Okay, then what is the definition of violence against women? What is the definition of violence against women? Violence against women is used to denote all acts which injure women physically or psychologically. Okay students, then violence committed in India against girls and women. How many crimes against women are reported in every hour? How many crimes against women are reported in every hour? 26 crimes. Okay, 26 crimes. Then every 2 minutes, how many crimes are reported? Then 1 complaint. The National Crime Record Bureau reported, what is the report of National Crime Record Bureau? The National Crime Record Bureau reported that the rate of growth of crimes against women in India will exceed the rate of population growth. Okay, then crimes against women are acid throwing, child marriage, domestic violence, dowry menace, female infanticide and sex selective abortion, eve teasing, family planning, etc. Which surveys report that the most dangerous place in the world for women to live in India occupies the 4th position? The Thomas Reuters Foundation. The Thomas Reuters Foundation. In which year the Anti-Dowry Act is passed? The Indian Parliament passed the Anti-Dowry Act is 1961. Okay student, thank you.